Hey, welcome to my podcast. My name is Kelly and I'm a huge sports fan. Today we're going to be talking about the dynasty that is OU softball. Should be noted that information and statistics in this podcast has been taken from Soonersports.com, Soonerstats.com, FlowSoftball.com, and MLB.com. Let's get started. If you aren't a college softball fan or a softball fan in general, let me explain. So softball and baseball are similar, but they're also different in their own ways. Some differences would be softball's played in 7 innings, baseball's played in 9. Softball has a run rule, as they call it, or a mercy rule. There are no mercy rules in baseball except for the World Baseball Classic, which had just been done for the first time recently. The base distances are different. In softball, it's 60 feet. Baseball, it's 90 feet. The fences in softball are about 150 to 200 feet shorter than in baseball. Softball's pitched underhand, baseball's pitched overhand, and at the current moment in sports, the women play softball, men play baseball, but that could change in the future. The similarities are pretty obvious. There's 9 players. You throw, you pitch, you field, you catch, you hit. So Oklahoma softball overall. They are led by their head coach, the woman, the myth, the legend, Patty Gasso. She's in her 29th season this year. Her overall win-loss record at Oklahoma is 1,422 and 345-2. She's gone to the postseason every year that she's been at Oklahoma, which is 28 times. And I have a feeling this year will be 29. She's taken her teams to the Women's College World Series 15 times. She's a 6-time national champion, 14-time Big 12 regular season champion, 8-time Big 12 tournament champion. And get this, she has won the Big 12 Coach of the Year 14 times. Coach Gasso is no doubt the GOAT, but you don't hear about these things because it's rare. Coach Gasso is a rare breed. Coach Gasso is the woman, the myth, the legend, no doubt. Now, Oklahoma mostly wins their games by run rule. And as far as records show, Oklahoma has won by run rule in 375 games. Now, let's add this season's run rule to that, and you get 391 games. Incredible. Just flawless. Coach Gasso has directed 70 All-Americans, 157 All-Region honorees, and 116 first-team All-Conference selections. But not only that, but in the classroom, Gasso still has an impact. She has directed 162 academic All-Conference honorees. A couple records she has here. Most Big 12 wins by a coach in league history, and most wins by a coach in Oklahoma Sooners history. And in 2022, Coach Gasso was inducted into the Oklahoma Hall of Fame. Next up, assistant coach JT Gasso. And yes, he is Patty's son. He's in his 8th season with Oklahoma this year. JT is mainly responsible for that incredible, explosive Oklahoma offense. In his tenure, he's gotten 6 Big 12 regular season championship titles, 3 Big 12 tournament titles, and here's where it gets really interesting. In his tenure, he's gone to the Women's College World Series 6 times. 4 out of 6 of those times, that's 67%, he's got a ring to show for it. To me, this is just another thing that's so mind-blowing about Oklahoma. What Patty and JT and Jennifer Rocha are doing to this team year after year, building this dynasty, you're not going to see another thing like it. It's a one of one, and I truly stand by that. In 2021, that was a year of records being shattered. The record books were rewritten. As a team that year, they hit 161 home runs. Their batting average was .405. Their slugging average was .778. Their on-base percentage was .490. And here comes one of those crazy numbers. They scored 638 total runs. They had 1,279 total bases. With that, they averaged 10.63 runs per game. And not only that, get ready for this. 2.68 home runs per contest. And we can't talk about OU softball without saying that the home run queen Jocelyn Alo hit 34 home runs that season. So 2022, if you are not aware, in 2021, Oklahoma got their 5th national championship against Florida State, and it was a battle for the ages. And then in 2022, they won it again and swept Texas. Hey, Texas fans, sorry, but not sorry. I can't root for Texas ever in my life. I love you guys, but you gotta change your team. You just gotta. I'm just joking, maybe. Anyways, 2022, they had so many similar numbers to 2021. It was like they picked up right where they left off. Hit 155 home runs. They had a team batting average of .371, slugging percentage of .733, on base percentage of .474. And here comes the super similar numbers, which is just, it's crazy to me because, you're just playing. You just play the game. And when you have these numbers so close to the ones in 2021, to me, it's unbelievable. So, 579 total runs, 1,137 total bases, and here comes the averages. 9.34 runs per game and 2.5 home runs per contest. Next up is Jennifer Rocha. She is the pitching coach for Oklahoma, and she is in her 5th season. In speaking about this 2022 championship year, Rocha coached a very on-fire starting trio. All 3 lights out. Hope Trotwine came to us in her final year of eligibility, and at least in my point of view, couldn't be more thankful to have a good pitcher like Hope come and play for this team. And now she is a assistant on the pitching side of things, so shout out to Hope. Jordy Ball. I'm going to say it again. Jordy Ball. Remember that name, because it's going to come up. It's already come up so many times, but it's going to keep on coming up. Jordy was a freshman last year, and she got freshman player of the year. I mean, she got so many things, and I don't want to get into it right now because we're going to talk about her more in depth later. Nicole May, who we will also be discussing later, is also very lights out. This year in particular, she's just been extremely lights out. I'm not going to get into it right now, but we will talk about her. Their ERA average in that 2022 season was 1.05. They pitched 33 shutouts. That was a school record. 8 no-hitters. 2 of 8 were perfect games. When I say lights out, this is what I mean. So Oklahoma softball in 2023. Disclaimer here, this will not include the stats from the Iowa State series or any series going forward from that for this episode, but you can go to ESPN Plus and root on the Sooners, so go do that. Currently, they're 27-1. Their only loss is to the Baylor Bears, which there is a revenge series coming up, so that's going to be a good battle series. All of these are conference games, and they're so very, very crucial to win. So, interesting little segment here. I'm going to give you the stats for the Oklahoma Sooners as a team in softball, and then I'm going to give you the combined opponents' statistics. As a team, their batting average is .399. Their opponents, .157. Their total at bats were 714. And their opponents, 562. They have scored 252 runs this season so far, and only allowed 24 runs from their opponents. Incredible. These statistics also show the depth and the talent that the Oklahoma defense has on this softball team. They're just as explosive as that offense. They hit 285 times. Their opponents have only had 88 hits. The Sooners have had 68 doubles. And their opponents only had 9. It's just not even close. They've had 7 triples. Their opponents have not had a triple at all yet. And here we go. 49 home runs. 4-9. And they ain't done yet. Their opponents have had 11. 238 RBIs for the Sooners this year. And their opponents have only gotten 24. I think most of those RBIs came from the second Weber State game. Oof. And the steals, too. They've had 514 total bases, while their opponents have only had 130. Their slugging percentage is .720. Their opponent's slugging percentage, .231. Also a large range there. The on-base percentage is .481 for the Sooners, and their opponents, .230. And here's where it gets really interesting. We talk about stolen bases. Their stolen base attempts and the success rate, 26 and 29. But it's a little weird because the opponents have gone 4 for 4. So pitching. From what I am reading to you guys, it's going to be very, very cool if you're a Sooner fan, at least. ERA is 1.02 for the Sooners. Opponents' ERA is 10.31. You heard me right. 10.31. The walks and hits per inning pitched is .82 for the Sooners. Opponents 2.73. The pitchers have pitched 11 complete games, while their opponents have only pitched 1 complete game in all the people that they've had and have played. They have pitched 17 shutouts, 2 saves. Opponents have had 0 shutouts for the Sooners and 1 save against the Sooners. I'm assuming that's probably the Baylor game. The base on balls are 47, while the opponent has walked OU 108 times. The earned run number is 24 for Oklahoma and 212 for the opponents. The strikeout numbers are also not close at all. 235 strikeouts for Oklahoma this season, while their opponents only struck them out 75 times. So let's talk about some players here. I've picked out some players who have stood out to me this year and some years in the before. Of course, the 2 years that I have watched OU softball. So let's begin. Booney, a.k.a. Riley Boone. She is a senior this year, and she often plays in left field, but she moves around a little bit as an outfielder. I would describe her as fast. Seriously, Riley, if you're listening, can we get your 40 time? Because that's been something I've been wanting to see. Bunt pro. Gets it done. And a stolen base queen. Fun fact, her record in her career, so adding the career numbers plus this year, she's 14 for 19. She's had 5 home runs in her career and has scored 96 runs on 100 hits. Phenomenal. Riley Boone is a great player. Very valuable to the team. Grace Lyons. Grace Lyons. She is a redshirt senior. Unfortunately, we've reached her last year. She'll be leaving us, but wish her the best this year and for what's next for her career. She plays shortstop, and she plays it incredibly. She is a fielding legend. Fielding legend. I'm repeating myself because Grace, there's just no words to describe her other than GOAT. And in my opinion, she's up there with Aloe. No doubt. She's up there with Jocelyn Aloe. And of course, she is the captain of the Sooners this year. In her career, she's had 606 at-bats, 206 runs on 219 hits, 52 home runs, and for stolen bases, 27 for 31. What a legend. Grace, I just want to say thank you for all that you've done for the Sooners. You're an incredible player, and fun fact, she is engaged to Michael Turk, who is a punter on the Oklahoma football team. So Grace and Michael, we wish you nothing but the best. K9, a.k.a. Kinsey Hansen. She is a senior this year and plays catcher. She's our main girl behind the plate. How to describe Kinsey Hansen? Well, for one, she is a base-stealing stopper. You can't steal bases on K9. No doubt. It has been done. That has to be put on the record here, but it is rare that you steal a base on Kinsey Hansen. She, hands down, is just an excellent catcher, but she's also an excellent hitter. In her career, she's hit 42 home runs. 116 runs scored on 161 hits. Kinsey had a little trouble at the beginning of the year. She had appendicitis and had her appendectomy. And she is back. The minute she got back, electric. That's Kinsey Hansen in a nutshell. Tiare Jennings. She is a junior and she plays infield. Usually plays second base, but they like to move people around. I would describe Tiare as an over the fencer. Tiare hits balls over the fence, as do most Oklahoma players. She's also the next Air Jordan. That's a fact. What do I mean? Well, she makes these ridiculous catches. I mean, she will get up there and catch the ball. I mean, she's made the Air Jordan pose I don't know how many times. But well done, Tiare. In her career, she's at 62 home runs. And she's a junior. I think Tiare Jennings could potentially catch Jocelyn on the home run record. 206 RBIs. And in her career, 11 for 12 on the stolen bases. Tiare is just incredible. She's a great player and just gets it done. J. Cole, a.k.a. Jada Coleman. I'm going to say her name again because you need to remember it. Jada Coleman. She plays the outfield, but 99% of the time she'll play center field. Oklahoma does like to move people around, but man, Jada she excels at center field. I would describe her as a legend, a over the fencer, and the next Air Jordan along with Tiare. If you go look up, in fact, I want you to go look up right now, pause this, and go look up Jada Coleman, Women's College World Series Home Run Steal 2022. Go do that right now. I'll wait. Okay? So, that catch that she made it number 1 on SportsCenter. And let me tell you how big that is. Softball is getting more recognition, but softball is not well known. Softball is not like football or even baseball. Softball is hidden under the blankets. But it's getting its recognition now, and that is what it needs to be. Softball is an excellent, crazy sport, and me personally, I think it's more exciting than baseball. That's just me. Jada is also the official hype woman of OU softball. She has so much energy, so much excitement. Everything you want a player to be, that's Jada Coleman. In her career, she's hit 24 home runs. As a junior, she has 2 years left. She has hit 7 home runs this season. She's batting .507. She's had 34 runs scored on 36 hits. In her career, that's 174 on 173. Jada is just explosive. Something else about Jada in her career has been walked 107 times. This season, individually, 23. Jada gets on base And she does that so well. She does that job so well, which is probably why she's in the leadoff position most games. And she's a stolen base queen. 9 for 9 this year, 42 for 48 in her career. What a legend. Jada Coleman is a name that you need to remember. Alyssa Brito. That name is one to remember as well. She is a junior and plays infield, typically plays third base. Alyssa came to us last year from Oregon. And can I just say, thank you, Alyssa Brito, for coming to Oklahoma. Did we ever know how explosive she was going to be? I don't think so. I don't think anybody could have ever expected what Alyssa Brito was going to do for Oklahoma. Alyssa is a hype woman, along with and over the fencer. Another one of those. There's several of those on Oklahoma that I describe as that. This year, on base percentage, 474. 27 RBIs, 7 home runs. Alyssa has so much energy, so much power in her swings. She's just incredible. Alyssa's a great player, and thank you, Alyssa, for being at OU. Haley Lee. This one I'm a little, I wouldn't say favored towards, but my heart's a little closer to this one. Haley played at Texas A&M for 4 years and transferred to Oklahoma this year. And man, what a player. She is marked as utility, and, she's in the batting lineup, usually third, might do second sometimes in the lineup. But sometimes she'll get behind the plate as well as a catcher. Haley Lee, thank you for coming to Oklahoma. Haley is explosive, and yes, she is an over-the-fencer. And she is also a hype woman. Anytime she hits a home run, all that energy comes out as she's rounding the bases. She is unbelievable. 28 runs scored on 26 hits, 24 RBIs, 5 home runs this year. Jordy Ball. She is a sophomore and a right-handed pitcher. I would describe her as elite, lights out, and a hype woman. As a freshman, she threw 205 strikeouts with an ERA of 1.09. This year, Jordy has been a double threat. Jordy has oftentimes pitched and batted, but some games just batting. So, as a batter, she's had 9 games started and 21 at-bats, 5 runs on 10 hits, and a .476 batting average. Jordy is a double threat. We had her as a single threat as a pitcher, and now she's a double threat as a batter. Still waiting for that home run. I'm about to go crazy when Jordy hits that home run. Her first. I know it's coming. You know it's coming. And of course it's a pitcher this year. 69 strikeouts. Only allowed 14 runs. 4 home runs. ERA of 1.81. Jordy is somebody you can rely on. Everybody, you can rely on everybody. And everybody has their bad days. But I can't wait to see what the career of Jordy Ball this year and in the future, what that holds. Nicole May. She is a junior this year and right-handed pitcher, of course. I would describe her as an underdog. Why an underdog? Well, Oklahoma has their big players, and they have people who are their best pitchers, the media says. And Nicole, I think she just kind of flies under the radar. Nicole is a great player. She's lights out. She's had an incredible year this year. Her ERA is .14. There was at one point before that her ERA was just perfect. Didn't allow a run. Nicole flies under that radar. And she leads the team with 78 strikeouts. Only allowed 1 run, allowed 1 home run. That is why I think Nicole is an underdog. Nicole, keep it up. Alex Storako. Storako came to us this year in the transferred portal from Michigan. Redshirt senior, right-hand pitcher. And man, I wish you had one more year in you, Alex. But I would describe her as lights out as well. I think all of these starting pitchers of Oklahoma are lights out. That should just be noted here. Storako is also a hype woman. You can see it in her face. Anytime she gets a strikeout, there's an out, anything. She just gets so electric and so excited, and you love to see that. Her ERA is .94. Only allowed 6 runs, 4 home runs, has 67 strikeouts, only allowed 3 doubles. Alex Storako is a crazy player. I am watching her pitch. I'm at a loss for words. Storako, thank you for coming to Oklahoma. Thank you. No podcast about the dynasty of Oklahoma Sooners softball can be made without talking about the home run queen, Jocelyn Alo, Sooner legend. She's from Hauula, Hawaii. I hope I pronounced that right. In her career, she started 266 games for Oklahoma. That's the second all-time in school softball history. Jocelyn, how can I find the words for her? Other than GOAT, legend, incredible, explosive. Gonna need more words to describe her than those. She had 50 doubles in her career, 89 RBIs, and then 85 RBIs in the next year. Now here's the funny thing. If you are a softball fan, you know why this is funny. Jocelyn was 1 home run away from the record. She had it tied. And as you can probably imagine, nobody wanted to pitch to her. Everybody either intentionally walked her or just threw 4 balls. That was it. And that, I know, was so frustrating to her. But it happened. It did happen. And then there were more to follow. But in her career, she has had 182 walks. Jossie is a record holder in many, many things. Of course, being the 122 home runs more than anyone in NCAA softball history. 342 hits out of 786 at-bats, 280 runs out of 266 starts, 170 extra base hits, 760 total bases, 323 RBIs, best batting average in a season 2 times, most home runs in a season, 34 and 22, 34 and 21, 30 as a freshman in 2018. Also, the greatest number of total bases in a season. Top 2 are her as well, 203 and 200. Jocelyn Alo will forever be a legend in the Sooner Book of Legends. Jossie, if you're listening, you're an incredible player. You were lights out, incredible. I mean, there's no other way to put it as you are a GOAT. We are so happy you came to Oklahoma. We love you. We're forever thankful for you, Jossie. Thank you so much. So what's it gonna take for a three-peat? Well, I got 4 keys. Number 1, start hot and stay hot. Be consistent. What do I mean? Well, you start the game, you gotta get hits, you gotta score the runs, you can't leave anybody on base. You have to get through, and you do that the whole game. Fielding, you gotta prevent those balls from getting out of the fence. You gotta prevent the balls from getting triples and doubles. Next, pitching. Can't have those wild pitches. You can't do next thing, which is what I'm getting to. You gotta eliminate the errors, pitchers. Catchers, you have to eliminate the errors. Fielders, you gotta eliminate the errors. Everybody, you can't have those errors, because that's going to give them an opportunity to shift the momentum and score. Number 4, be yourselves. Guys, you know that you are incredible players. You're the top. You're the best. But you gotta be yourself. Don't get shaken. And I know that's a hard thing. Don't get shaken. Just be calm. Don't worry about whatever worries you have. Just be yourselves and play the game. And I know that when you do these things, you will win. Thank you so much, everyone, for listening to my podcast. I hope you enjoyed it. Please spread the word to your friends, your family, everyone you know about this podcast. It'll help it grow and help me be able to make more of these. And, of course, this podcast is dedicated to my mother, who passed away on November 25th, 2022. Mama, I hope I'm making you proud.